You feel it before anything goes wrong. Not in the battlefield. Not in the noise. Not in the chaos. In people, in the way they look at you, in the way they hesitate, in the things they don't say. That's when you realize you're in command and you're alone. It happens slowly. At first, everything seems normal. Orders are clear. The plan is solid. Everyone nods like they understand. But something feels off. A delay that shouldn't be there. A response that comes too late. A silence where there should be certainty. You notice it. Not because you're paranoid, but because you're responsible. And responsibility forces you to see what others ignore. So you start watching more closely. Not the battlefield. The people, this is what command really is. Not control. Not authority. Observation. You begin to understand something no one tells you. People don't always say what they think. They don't always do what they're told. And under pressure, they break. Some hesitate. Some pretend. Some follow blindly. And some wait for you to fail. You can't prove it. But you feel it. In every delayed reaction. In every uncertain move. In every moment where trust should exist and doesn't. So you adapt. You stop relying on words. You start reading behavior. You stop assuming loyalty. You start preparing for failure. At first, you try to ignore it because the alternative is worse. If you're right, then you're surrounded by people you can't trust. And if that's true, every decision becomes heavier. Every order becomes a risk. Every plan becomes fragile. You begin to question everything. Did they understand the command? Will they execute it? Will they hesitate when it matters? Or worse, will they act in a way you didn't expect? You look at them differently now, not as a unit, but as variables. Unpredictable and dangerous. And then the thought hits you, if I can't trust them, what am I really commanding? You change, not by choice, by necessity. You stop giving full information. You simplify commands. You reduce dependence. You create plans within plans. Not because you want to, but because you have to. You learn to carry more than your role, more than your responsibility, more than what anyone else can see. Because now you understand. Leadership isn't about being followed. It's about being ready when no one does. And something inside you shifts. Trust is no longer your foundation. Control is. Preparation is. Awareness is. You don't expect them to hold the line. You prepare to hold it yourself. The mission continues. From the outside, it works. Orders are executed. Movements happen. Results come. But inside, everything is different. You don't see a team anymore. You see outcomes. You don't rely on people. You rely on probability. And somehow, you keep everything together. Not because you trust them, but because you stopped needing to. And that's when you realize this isn't what you thought command would be. It's not about leading others. It's about carrying uncertainty alone. This wasn't your final level. It was the one where you learned. Being in command doesn't mean you're in control. It means you're responsible even when you're alone. If you can't trust anyone around you, what does it really mean to lead?